During the performance this evening, please, no photography or video recording. Tonight's featured show is about to begin. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the magic.
To the London Palladium, with thousands of theaters, cruises, colleges, corporate and private events in between. Please welcome back to the House of Cards, your Chief Impossibility Officer, Joe and Turner.
Well, hi everyone! Good evening, welcome to the House of Cards. My name is Joe Turner. I hope you've had a wonderful evening, a fantastic meal. You've enjoyed all the close-up magic from Terry and Renton and Jeff. And now you're in here with me in the Carter the Great showroom in one of the premier magic venues in this country. You're so lucky to have this here in Nashville. It's great to be back. So my name is Joe, and my job for the next 25 minutes or so is to amaze and astound as many of you as I can, using many of the unusual skills and abilities that kept me from dating in high school. So this is it's going to be pretty fun for you and kind of a tragic flashback for me, but we'll get through it together, and therapists will be waiting outside when we're done. When I was a kid, are you okay? That makes one of us. All right, so when I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to do magic. Probably most of us went through that phase where we wanted to learn how to do magic. The books I got said you should start by getting some money from your mom's purse or your dad's change. Just put it in the back of your hand, see if you can open and close your hand without dropping the coin. You're learning a little bit about the musculature of the hand and balance and spatial awareness. And then the book said put it on the first finger and then isolate the muscles of the second finger and try to flip it vertical and then let it flop over onto the other finger. And try to do that with all four fingers. And the book said, no joke, if you did this every day for 5 or 10 minutes, over time, it will get smoother and faster and faster and smoother. And yeah, and the book said that if you did this long enough, people would clap. Apparently you weren't able to see.
I have no hands.
That's okay, that's fine. You can hold that for now. Very good. All right, I hate for you to be left out.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm glad y'all like that.
Oh, wait.
Woo! 24 minutes to go. No, my friends were like you. They were like, that's pretty good. No doubt, that's pretty cool that you invested an unnatural amount of time learning to do something completely useless. But it's not really magic, is it? Magic is when something disappears from one place and reappears somewhere else when you're not looking. I'll do it for those on this side. It goes into the left side and comes out on the right. My friends like you also stunned silence. They couldn't believe. They were like, well, technically it's magical. It's more magical than the finger dexterity, but you're using sleight of hand. I mean, let's be honest, you're hiding the coin somehow between your fingers, or maybe somehow in the back of your hand, or maybe it's even going up your sleeve. If only there was some kind of barrier made of steel, or titanium, or silk, so that when you put the coin in your hand, we would know it couldn't be going through your fingers. And it couldn't be going to the back, it couldn't be going up your sleeve. Then, and only then, if it disappeared, might we believe it could be magic. And that is a pretty good trick for a 6-year-old, don't you agree? There it is, hey! Yeah, so not much action in high school. But by the time I got to college, and I could make, you get invited to some parties, yeah? And it also looks like I found the level of the room. So they're very good. So that's a little bit about how we got this whole thing started. You may have heard in the intro that my Chief Impossibility Officer is my title. That's because of all the corporate stuff that I do. And I tell you, at a corporate, here I seem pretty bland and mild-mannered. At a corporate event, I'm like a rock star. Yeah, it's the jacket. No, but my agenda for our meeting today has 3 items on it that we're going to cover. And we're going to use those 3 items to give you sort of a 30,000-foot overview of the art of magic in the time remaining. So the first one we're going to talk about is what we call conjuring, sleight of hand, traditional visual magic. And you've already seen it with the cards and coins and bottles and things like that. But I'd like to get some of you involved now, and I'm going to start by asking some of the gentlemen in the room, are any of you wearing a ring on your finger? Could be a class ring, a wedding ring, a signet ring, a fraternity ring, a Masonic ring. We have one over here. Now I see, is yours silicone or metal? I can't see, it's just a dark band. Can I borrow that for a moment? What's your name?
Nick.
Nick, thank you for loaning me this.
No worries.
I'm going to put it on my finger so I don't drop it.
No worries.
That's very nice. Are there any others back here? Maybe we've got a gentleman over here who might be willing to loan a finger ring. Oh, people are just jumping at the opportunity over here. Is it Brandon? Thank you very much, Brandon.
Yeah, there it is.
Very good. There's one down here. And have we got maybe another one over on the other side? Oh, someone in the back? No? Yep. You were working on one. Do you want to try it? Not going to happen?
Too much
How
stick.
about one of the ladies? One of the ladies wearing a ring? Oh, the whole back row. How quick is that going to come up? I'm going to let, she's already got one handing right here. Oh, that's really big, really big. Can I borrow?
We all got it.
Yeah, sure. Can you get that one off?
Yeah.
So we're going to get 3 rings from 3 different people in the audience in 3 different styles. And these 3 people have loaned me their rings without even knowing what I was going to do with them, which is fine. We're going to use them to try to create a magical moment. For most of us, this will be a metaphor for the importance of human connection. For 3 of us, it will be the moment we realize we might be going home with different people.
Oh, wow. Wow.
This just became a party. Let's just see if we can do this. 1, 2. Well, that's hardly fair with yours, miss, but let's just take a look
wow.
over here. Can you see that your ring has, in fact, been linked into a chain with the others?
Yes.
And your name again, I'm sorry?
Nick.
Nick, thank you very much. So that is Nick, and then who is my person over on, I had one, Brandon. Mike, sorry. Yours is down there.
That's my ring.
And then last but not least, well, this is yours, but yours is a little bit of a cheat, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But that's okay. And I'm sorry, your name?
Julia.
Julia, I'm Joe, nice to meet you. Let's see if we can get all 3 of these rings back to their rightful owners. And it looks like tonight, I will only need a hacksaw for a couple of them. Thank God you're here now. Let's see. Well, let's start with Nick. Man, You never know about Thursday night. It's either the last show of the same or the first show of the weekend.
Bingo!
I think we know. Nick, that's going to be for you. And that leaves me with, it was Mike and Julia. Let's see if we can get these last two to happen in a way that might be interesting to everyone in the room. Don't blink. 1, 2, 3. And it passes right through. Let me give this back to Mike. And this back to Julia. A big round of applause for all 3. Volunteers. Thank you very much. Item 1, box ticked. Let's move to second item on the agenda. Mentalism, mental magic, the idea, the concept of mind reading, ESP. I'll be honest with you, I don't believe in it for real. Right? I've been married 29 years. Can't be done. I've tried. You can get a sense. I think you can get a sense, but for me, the details escape me. But I do believe in strong theater. And I think the premise of this is very strong because, let's face it, this is the last bastion of privacy in our lives. They know what's in your email, they know what's on your phone, they know where you're going, they know what you bought. They don't necessarily quite yet know what you're thinking. So the premise, the idea that someone could poke around in there at all is pretty compelling theater. And we're going to explore it here in this safe theatrical environment using some of the ladies this time. Since I picked primarily on the men last time, I'd like all the ladies in the room to go back. I'm going to give you a memory to try to focus on. Go back to your youth. Maybe you can remember the first burgeoning pangs of puppy love. Do you remember that kid? Don't say his name out loud or her name out loud, but that first person that you had a little crush on, maybe in school or church or down the block or across the street or something like that. Don't say that person's name out loud, but in a moment I'm going to ask you to possibly write that person's first name down. Now, in the event that you don't want to share that information, maybe it's too painful, or maybe it's awkward because of the person you're sitting next to. Maybe I'll give you a second option. Maybe you could think of a city somewhere in the world that you would like to visit, or that you've been before and you'd like to go back. And since we're in the middle of a lot of coverage of Paris, let's not use Paris, all right? Because people say, well, everybody's talking about Paris. So puppy love, or a city, or if none of those are a favorite memory, maybe a memory of a gift you received as a child, or even as an adult for a special occasion, something like that. So you've got a memory in mind. I'm going to ask 3 of you to just jot down your memory. You made eye contact. What's your name? You don't have to. Who? Emma, would you just write down your memory on there? And he'll hold your drink for you. That's fine. And let's go. Is there someone back here that's willing? Would you play? Would you be willing to play? What's your name? Anna. So I have an Emma and an Anna. Not a chance. I'll let you play.
Scared.
What's your name? Jay. Please. So if you will, please write your name, write the memory on the card. Just jot it down. Jot it down. Once you've done that, fold the card in half and then in half again. So right into quarters. And hold it in the air so I'll know that you've done that. Now we're going to give them just a moment to finish it. Oh, you've already done it. Yep. So you filled it up. If you'll just drop the card in my pocket, and I'll take the pen in my hand. Thank you very much. Emma. And then back here, we've got Anna. If you'll drop the card in, and I'll take the pen. And finally, Jay. If you'll drop the card in my pocket, and I'll take the pen. Fantastic. You have a very important job. What's your name? Jennifer, please hold your right hand in the air with one finger extended. That's good. Thank you for that choice. Very good. You're going to put the finger in the side pocket all the way to the bottom and just mix around. Mix. Stir. Like a food processor. Don't blend those. Now, finger out. We're good. Everybody thinks, well, why does he do that? Well, it's because people think, well, maybe he saw where she put her card, right? She put hers to the front, she put hers to the back. He would know just by position whose was whose. Now we don't know because you mixed them up. Here's the game. I'm going to read a memory. I'm going to ask each of you if this is your memory. You are all going to say no. When I read this out loud, you're all going to say no. That means that 2 of you will be telling the truth. 1 of you will be lying. And it will be my job to identify who the liar is. So no matter how I ask this, you're going to say no. Okay? Do you understand the rules? Do you understand the rules? No matter how I ask. Do you understand the rules? Ah, you're playing the game. Very good. So, first question. Here's the memory. I'm going to say it out loud, and you're all going to answer no. Emma, did you think of Andy?
No.
No. And Anna, did you think of Andy?
No.
And Jay, did you think of Andy?
No.
Jay, did you think of Andy? Jay, are you sure you didn't think of Andy? Are you absolutely positive you didn't think of Andy? Jay, you know how I can tell that you were telling the truth now? Because it was totally obvious when Anna was lying that she thought of Andy. This is for you. A round of applause for Anna. She did great. Let's take the next one out. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm going to ask you to hold on to this. All right? Before you open it, those of you who are already doing the math in your heads have noticed that my odds have improved. Right? Because I know Anna's out. So I know this belongs to either Jay or Emma. But I don't know which one it is, and I still have to get it right. So I'm not going to look at the card. I'm only going to let you look at it. You're going to tell me what it says. I'll ask them both if this is their memory. They'll both say no, and we'll see as a group if we can figure out whose it is. What does the memory say? Nigel? Okay, close it up. And I'm going to ask them both if they were thinking of Nigel. Were you thinking of Nigel? Were you thinking of Nigel?
No.
Listening to that, which one do you think it would be? How do you think it would go? Who thinks Emma's lying?
Me?
Who thinks Jay is lying? I think more people are voting for Jay to be the liar on this. I was leaning that way myself. So I'm going to just roll the dice on this and hand this. What? Are you okay? I'm going to hand this to Jay and say, Jay, you were lying. This is for you. Very good. All right, round of applause for Jay. That leaves me with one person. That leaves me with Emma. Emma, I know the last memory belongs to you. So we're going to take this another level. Would you hand your drink to your friend? Could I ask you just to join me on stage for a moment? Please give her a welcoming applause. Face forward. And if you will, I don't even want to open your card. If you'll reach back in the pocket and just hold it in your left hand above your head. Hold it. Yeah, just hold it over your head so that we will never even open it. Hold it in your fist. Hold it in your fist. Don't open it. Hold it closed in your fist above your head. We're not even going to open it. Got it?
Yeah.
Step a little bit to your left. Think about to your left, and think about. It's okay. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. It's okay. Just light you so bright you don't have to worry about it. You can't see anything. So just think about what it is that was your memory. I'm going to do the best I can to get some image of that in my mind. Well, I'm sorry, what? Don't tell me, don't. Okay, well just think about it. Don't say it out loud. And I can tell already it's not a city. You're not thinking of a place. This is not broad enough in scale to be a location. There's no geography involved in this. So that leaves me with a person or a thing. And I will tell you that I'm kind of getting a little image of both of these. There's a person involved, but I'm not seeing their face. The person that I'm involved, I'm only getting like a zoom in on a particular part of the body instead of the actual face, which is a little awkward. But I'm I'm going to do the best I can, if I can.
It was, Richard?
Okay, I have gotten the strangest result I've ever had in doing this. I've had people give me all kinds of gifts. This is a gift. This is not a person. This is a gift, but there's a body part involved. And I've had people have like ponies. I had someone with a Nintendo Switch the other day. I've got footwear, but something odd about the footwear, which I don't know where we're going. What was the actual memory that you had conjured up into your mind? What was it? Cheetah? Cheetah flip-flops. Well, I already told you I don't really believe in mind reading, but I do believe in strong theater, and that's why I drew cheetah flip-flops on here. How about a big round of applause for Emma? Cheetah, that is so random. All right, mentalism, box checked. We're at the third item on the agenda. We've got to go land this plane. In order to do this, I need possibly a couple who has sat quietly without being bothered through this whole show that would be willing to help me with the last piece of the illusion. And everybody's going to clap for you to come up on stage. Yeah! What's your name? Lindsay, if you'll stand right over here. And what's your name, sir? Andy. Andy and Lindsay, the third and final illusion category tonight we call escapology, the art of escape. This is the kind of magic where people are bound or confined in some way and they try to free themselves before something else happens. Well, get back here. It's going to be me, Andy. Relax. It's going to be me. So just relax. Lindsay, with your permission, may I remove my jacket? I do need some freedom of motion. I'm from Mississippi and I was raised like this. Ladies, as the jacket comes off, please do not rush. Let me just get a confirmation now. Nick, you're making me a little nervous. That's all right. In a moment, Lindsay, I'm going to ask you to put your left hand under this shoulder, and Andy, you're going to put your right hand under this shoulder, and you'll just hold the jacket like this to make a little curtain. Not right now, but in a moment, that's where we're headed. In order to do an escape, my friends, I have to have something from which to escape. And I have come prepared with an OSHA-compliant House of Cards emergency escape kit, in which you'll find some rope, if you'll hold that end, and Lindsay, if you'll hold the other end. Please pull on it, make sure it is with what it appears to be, just a piece of rope. Nothing hiding inside, it doesn't come apart. In the event, Andy, that I cannot free myself, I've also come prepared with a pair of scissors that you can use to cut me loose should the need arise. If any of you are highly sensitive to bright light or reflective surfaces, now's a chance to get your protective eyewear. Because these sleeves are coming up. And what's underneath is horrifyingly bright. And look at that. Look at that. That's the shirt and that's me. It's hard to tell. It's so sad, Emma. Well, I mean, you laugh, but you can't spray that on. You have to grow it yourself. All right, I roll the sleeves up so you can see there's nothing hiding, under the sleeves. It's just I'm sweating a little bit because it's a tough show. If you'll let go of the rope, I'll make a knot, hold the ends. My wrist goes inside and gently pull it down until it's touching the skin. Now use both hands, each of you, and pull as tight as you can. I'm not kidding. I'll stop you if it's going to really hurt. Pull it tighter. Pull it tighter. A little more. Now, in the back, I don't know if you can see, but up front, they're kind of wrenching my skin into that knot. Keep the pressure on it. Pull it a little more. A little more. Come on. I'll stop. Okay, now I'm feeling it. When you can feel when I squeeze, you can feel the muscles like pulsing against the tension. That's good. Now, if you'll let go, just drop the edge. You can see because it's cotton rope and I'm perspiring a little, it maintains the pressure. It keeps that cinched down so that my skin is still pinched inside. And Lindsay, I'm going to let you take the other ends and put another knot on there, and let Andy pull that knot as tight as you can. So make the first knot and pull it real tight. Andy, you take that and pull it tighter. And Lindsay, pull that tighter. Make sure there's no slack in there at all. And Lindsay, put your finger on there and make sure it doesn't loosen up when he puts the second knot on top. So put another knot on top and pull it tight. And now, Lindsay, there's no way you could get your finger between the rope or my skin, correct? Just the nail part. I felt that. But you're not getting your whole hand through there, are you? No way. You got a finger in there? Well, put another knot on top of that, just to make sure. I felt the tip of your finger go through there. Very good. I'll let the people in the audience check out your hand. If you'll grab the jacket and show. Did you see that they did a good job? You can see that. Please grab the jacket and hold it the way that I showed you a moment ago. You can pull and make sure, happy birthday, make sure that it doesn't come apart. Both wrists are legitimately tied together. Very good. So, Lindsay and Andy, if you'll step a little forward and a little to the left. Both of you come to the left. Now come bring the jacket back towards me. Not just a little higher. Like right at my chin. Now, in a moment, I will attempt to free myself from the impossible bond to which I have been placed by Lindsay and Andy. And this I shall attempt to do in 30 seconds or less, as measured by Andy's watch. Are you wearing a watch? You're not wearing a watch. But I'm going to depend on you to use your... Are you wearing a watch by chance? No. Just work with me on this. I'm going to depend on your sense of rhythm. Your sense of rhythm. So hold your left hand in the air, and you're going to snap your fingers on seconds. Very good. You practice that. Now, I won't be able to free myself if I'm bound in front of my body. Remember, they tie my hands behind my back. But now it's in front. That's okay. We're going to work on this. Just work with me on this, Lindsay. So Andy's going to snap, and he's going to say, on your mark, get set, go. And then I have 30 seconds to free myself. And you're going to call out like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and so forth. So whenever you're ready.
Mark, get set,
Go.
1, 2,
3,
4.
5, 6. You might be going a little faster than 9. Is that 10? Why don't we just stop at 10 and give them both a big round of applause? They did a fantastic job. Well, hi there. You better grab that emergency kit, Andy, please. Grab those scissors for me. I'm not sure, Lindsay, what good the scissors will be against the cold, hard steel that we find ourselves in. But fortunately, attached to the scissors is a ribbon, and attached to the ribbon is a key, which is a real handy thing to have at a time like this. You know why? Because I'm Presbyterian, and this is 5 shades of gray past my record. Push down. A big round of applause for Lindsay. Thank you. Thank you. Holy smokes. Well, if you want to check out the wrists after, you can see the pattern of the weave of the rope in my wrist. They did exactly what I asked them to do. They did a fine job. Third item, box checked. That means we've reached the end of the agenda. We've covered sleight of hand conjuring. We've covered mind reading mentalism. We've even done an escape. I hope you've enjoyed the last half hour here in the Carter the Great showroom at the House of Cards. My name is Joe Turner. If you enjoyed tonight, please go on Google, write us all fantastic reviews, and tell all your friends to come here and support an amazing venue. If you didn't enjoy it, I will just leave you with a little advice from my dad. Nobody likes a whiner. That's fantastic. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for coming. Get out of here. Good night.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Better than me.
Thanks. Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Joe, great job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank compliments back.
Thank you, Iowa.
My mistake. Okay.
Joe.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Well done,
it.
sir.
Hope you guys had fun.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Today your birthday? Sorry about the dick jokes.
Thank
I like golf with non-colleges. It's like dick jokes all day long.
It's fun for everybody.
It's like, that's all I have.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.